Hi, Kara. It's working now.
Sure, let me try that.
Look natural. Yeah. Put your arm around your brother.
Scotty?
Okay, let me take a picture of you peering around.
There's somebody.
Houston, it's Houston.
Did you ever ask him? I'm gonna play. Like that? Bill had yet to ask. Everybody here for family prayers?
She didn't hear that? No, she, oh my God, she can't deal with it, I imagine.
Well, this story has three important individuals in it. There's a rabbit. Everybody knows what a rabbit is, don't you? There's a fox. You know what a fox is? And there's a tar baby. I'll tell you in a minute what a tar baby is. Okay. Well, this happened out in the forest, and all the animals. This was magic forest. They talked to each other. And this fox loved a good garden. So he planted a big garden and he tended it so carefully, and when things got ripe, he found that somebody or something was eating his carrots. So he got down there, looked around, finally he saw this rabbit. This rabbit's running in there and eat carrots and lettuce and other stuff. So the fox chased him and couldn't catch him. So he set some traps. That rabbit was smart. He didn't get in any traps. He couldn't get him that way. So he set a sack there for him to fall into. He didn't fall into it. So you know what he did? He built a fence all around his garden. That rabbit, he could jump. He jumped. And he ate his carrots. Oh, he loved it. And so the fox built the fence high. He built it so high he couldn't jump over. You know what he did then? He dug under it. He dug under that fence, and he got in there, and he ate the carrots, and he ate the peas and the corn, and the fox was going crazy. He just didn't know how to catch that rabbit. One day, as the fox was walking around through the jungle, he came upon a wooden doll. A big doll made out of wood, about your size. About as big as you are.
Ooh, big.
And so he had an idea. So he went and got some tar. You know what tar is? It's so sticky.
Yeah, and plus, if some people way back then, they've been really bad, they get fresh tar and put on some really hot tar.
Yeah, that's the way they did it. He put it on about an inch thick, and he carried that tar baby. He called it Tar Baby. He carried it down, and he put the Tar Baby right in front of the gate into his garden. There came the rabbit down the path, hippity-hop, hippity-hop, hippity-hop. And he saw this Tar Baby there. He says, "Good evening, young man." Tar Baby didn't say nothing. He says, "I said, good evening, young man." Tar Baby didn't say a word. Very quiet. And the rabbit got upset. He said, "Young man, I spoke to you. I want you to speak to me. I said good evening." You know what? Tar Baby didn't say nothing. No, and so that fox, the fox was watching. He's watching out the jungle. And that rabbit walked up to that fox, to that Tar Baby. He says, "If you don't speak to me, I'm going to sock you right beside your jaw." Tar Baby didn't say nothing. So that rabbit wound up, pow, he hit him right beside the jaw. You know what happened then? Stuck. Couldn't get away. Couldn't get away. He says, "You better turn loose of me, boy. I'll hit you on the other side of your jaw, and your head will go flying through the jungle." Tar Baby didn't say anything. So he wound up and pow! He hit him on the other side of the jaw. So there he was. He's on one side of the jaw. Like that, see? You know what happened? Couldn't get away. Couldn't get away. He pulled and pulled, he couldn't get away. He said, Tar baby, if you don't turn me loose, I'm gonna kick you right in the stomach. He didn't say nothing. And so that rabbit wound up and pow, he kicked. Drive my foot right through. Tar baby didn't say nothing, so he went up, pow. Beat him with his other foot. Stuck again. He pulled and pulled and pulled, couldn't get away, get away. Finally he said, Tar baby, I've got the sharpest teeth in the jungle. If you don't turn me loose, I'm gonna bite your nose off and spit it in your eye. Tar baby didn't say nothing.
Oh no.
Didn't say nothing. So the rabbit bit him on the nose. And you know the bad luck he had? Stuck, he couldn't move. Hands and feet and head were all he couldn't move. So in the morning, here came the fox down the path to the garden. And he saw the rabbit hanging on the tar baby, and he laughed, and he laughed. He said, boy, he said, I finally caught you, rabbit. He says, I've finally got you. He says, you know what I'm gonna do with you? He says, I'm gonna put you in a sack, and put you over my shoulder, and carry you down, and throw you in the river. Never be seen again.
Will he die? Did that happen?
Well, if you would, yeah, that happened. So he put him on his shoulder, and he started down. It got hot. The sun was hot. The fox got tired. That rabbit was heavy. The fox got tired. He kept resting. And, boy, it was a long way down there, and he rested. And finally he said, you know, he says, that's so far down there, and you're so heavy. He says, I've got a notion just to throw you over there in that thorn patch and let those thorns cut you to pieces rather than carry you down and throw you in the water. And the rabbit says, oh, Mr. Fox, he says, please carry me down and put me in that nice cool water. He says, that'd be fine. He says, you know, those thorns would just cut my body to pieces. That would hurt terrible. So don't throw me in the thorn patch. And Fox says, oh boy, I don't know what I want to do. So he reached in, he got the rabbit by the ears. The ears were long. And he whirled around like that, like that. Threw it over in the thorn patch, and then dust flew up. Dust settled. He's gone. He disappeared. Out in the jungle, the fox heard somebody laughing, and it was a rabbit. He says, oh, Mr. Fox, he says, I was born in the thorn patch. He said, that don't bother me. He says, I'll see you tonight in your garden.
How did he get away?
Well, he threw him, the fox threw him into the thorns, and then he ran from there.
That's where he was born.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Come back.
Please put me in that nice cool water. Yeah. And that's the story of the tar baby.
That's a good story.
You think I can remember it until I'm grown up?
Yeah, I bet you could.
Yeah.
I bet you could. If you just get your mother to help you with it, I bet you could remember it.
Yeah.
You could tell that story.
You should put that on.
That could be your story.
You know what? Yeah. Mom had to record the whole entire story. So nobody's got it.
Mom just recorded the whole story, he said, so it'll never be forgotten.
Yep.
Right. 3 or 4 months ago, when in our priesthood meeting, the subject was family organization. This man got into the lesson, and he was telling how to handle children and all that. And somebody spoke up and said, gee, he said, I've got 2 kids and I can't handle either one of them. He says, they're not interested in anything I'm interested in. He says, they don't mind me, they don't think I know anything. And really, he said, that's a real problem. And somebody else jumped up, and I heard the same story over and over again of people having trouble with their families. And about that time, my next door neighbor stood up. His name is Dirk. And he says, well, he says, maybe we ought to ask Brother Timmy. He does it. He says, I live next door to him, and he has part of his family in there every few weeks, and they just have a ball over there. He says, my kids go over there occasionally, and they come back and tell me how much fun they have over there, and they all seem to be together. And they said, well, Lynn, how do you do it? I said, I don't know. I really don't. I just know that we love to be together, and we love each other. Well, they decided that I should give the lesson on family the next week, and I did. And I didn't get through, and so they gave me another week to tell them. And I told them what we did in our family, some of the things we did. And the main thing I think we try to do is to make every individual know that we care for them, we love them, that they're important. They're important to us. So important. And I've tried to do that. And I told him. That's what I told him. Make the individual know that you love them, that you're proud of them. And let your wife know that you love her, and let your kids know that you love your wife. I said, I kiss my wife every time I see her, and I tell her I love her every day. And when the meeting was over, one of the guys came up and said, you really tell your wife you love her every day? And I said, it's 4 or 5 times, sometimes more, because I want my children to know how much I loved and respected and adored my wife. And that's so important for you to do that with your wives. And the wives, let your husbands know that you love them so that your kids can see that there's love and care in the family. So I say we really have something special, because I think we have that feeling in our family. This is evidence of that we like to be together. We're together all day, and then we like to sit up and talk till midnight. But that's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. I made some more notes now. All in, and I can't see them. There are 11 children in my family. My father's family. I have 5 brothers and 5 sisters. I have 5 older and 5 younger, and I'm in the middle of every one of them. I'm number 6 in the whole family. So, and my mother said I was the biggest ball baby of the bunch. And I still am. Can't even read what you've written here. We have a lot of real young people here. These youngsters are great. They really are. I think they feel the love of their parents, and their parents tell them that they love them. But they too have a responsibility. You know what your responsibility is? To improve yourself. Improve yourself. The Lord gave us a body, and He leaves it up to us to improve ourselves. Get a little better each day. And it's good to do. And I see it in this family, we are improving ourselves. And we shouldn't stop. One example I see in our family is Kendall. Kendall lived with us for a while in Provo. I watched what he did very carefully. And he worked so hard to be a success at what he's doing as an announcer on the radio, TV. He's good at it. He's good at it. But he is continually trying to improve himself. He works at it. He's still working at it. He's really gone up. He has a fantastic job now, and he's got job security and all that. But Kendall's not satisfied. He wants to be better. And I think we all need to want to be a little better. Be a little better. We can. I went to a meeting a few years ago in Chicago, and I heard a man make a talk. It was a great talk. I've always wondered, why was it so many people were more successful than I am? That bothered me. This man made a talk, and it was how to be a successful person. And he told us what the successful person was. Shall I tell you, you want to know what a successful person is? Who the successful person is? The successful person is the one who makes a habit of doing the things that the failure does not like to do. Boy, and then he made a long list on the board of the things the failure doesn't like to do. Well, I was just starting in the life insurance business, and I wasn't doing too good. And he listed everything on there that the failure didn't like to do. Boy, it hit me. I didn't like to do any of it. But I made up my mind to change. I saw these big producers, $1 million producers making a lot of money and all that. And I said, what are they doing that I can't do? Nothing. They were just doing it more often and better than I was. So I made up my mind to do better, to be successful. I don't know if I was any great success, but in one area I was a success. We raised a great family and furnished a nice home for them and educated our kids and let them know that we loved them. And I think they all felt and knew that their parents loved them. And I want to tell you, youngsters, the best friends you'll ever have in this world are your parents. Don't forget that. They're the only ones who really, really are going all out to help you. Your parents.